As a person that wasn't born to rich parents, I've had some jobs in my lifetime. For some reason, a lot of them were with customer service. My first real working experience was at a part-time job at a copy place. That was originally a video rent store. As my first job, I really knew I sucked. It wasn't just printing something, noting down how much the machine took out and ringing the customer up. No, there was maintenance. There was working inside the store sometimes without air conditioner. In hot summer days, mind you. Dealing with some weird-ass customers sometimes. It was a whole lot of weird things happening on the 2 summers I worked there. For the most part, I have to admit that dealing with customers has never been a thing that worries me in general. Some people might say,
"Oh, I'm an introvert, I'm shy and stuff, I have anxiety. Oh, panic attack."
and yeah, I might prefer an environment that favors relaxing at your own home and not dealing with crowded and loud spaces. And with that frame of mind, I do consider myself an introvert sometimes. But interacting with total strangers has never been an issue for me. What? You need to use the bathroom? You are asking me if you can use the only one we have that is exclusive to the staff while I'm the only one working here today? Why sure, go right ahead. Well, I'm buying this notebook here. Might be a while. So, did you watch this year's Eurovision Song Contest? So, no customers at the store. All the work I had to do is done and the TV is on. Let's watch some Simpsons. Yeah, this was definitely my first work experience. I'm glad to say that I've developed some work ethic through the years and I don't do this kind of stuff anymore. Anyhow, although I said that I usually don't have a problem dealing with customers, it's not to say that sometimes it wasn't difficult to deal with them. Sometimes, when their order was done, customers would ask to staple their copies, and I would do it gladly for free most of the time. But my manager insisted that I charge an extra cent for every staple I used. This one time, in order to be a nice employee, I decided to charge a customer an extra cent for the staple. And the woman that I charged started coming at me, saying that I'm doing this on purpose to fool her, she had never been charged before, and that I was a con artist. I was literally 20 years old. The staple was an extra cent. You're telling me that you don't have an extra cent?
So, as I was editing this video, I remembered that I had something in my drawer, which was the tipping system of this store. Which is like, whenever a customer would give you a tip, you were forced to put it in a jar and they would sum it all up, and at the end of the month we would split it. Sometimes the manager wanted to use this money to do activities like go to dinner together or do team building stuff, and yeah, we all hated it. Even the whole owner of the whole thing, not the manager, said that was stupid. I did have all this left because I never spent it. I did spend the bigger coins, but the pennies and stuff, I saved them all up. And this was all you could afford in staples. I added all this up. It's 165, or no, €1.65 in pennies. Just with this, I could afford 165 staples. You're calling me a con artist and you cannot even afford this when you probably have a better job than me?
Then there were the old guys that thought that my job was to know how to log on to websites and help them with their bureaucratic stuff. Look, if you were to ask nicely and I have nothing better to do, then I would do it. I would help you. But if you're gonna be an old man Karen, then you will be getting no luck, pal. Especially when the store is packed fully, I'm the only one here, and you are complaining that I let someone cut in front of you. This happened to me once, and a lady actually stood up for me. She was so nice that I literally didn't even charge her. See, that's the difference with customers and me. Be nice to me, and I will give back to you. This one time, a girl came in to print her wedding invitations in a specific paper she brought herself 2 minutes before closing. This was a bit stressful because sorting out which kind of paper it was and printing them right was around a half-hour job. And I still had to turn off the machines, count the money in the register, and clean up the whole store. However, she couldn't come back tomorrow because she had to deliver them today. Nonetheless, she was such a sweetie when she was asking, and even helped me out when her paper jammed the machine we used to print these things. And had she been a Karen, I would have said we were close and that's that. But since she was nice, I went the extra mile. She even tipped me €2 after the whole thing was done. But just so you see how much I'm not afraid of customers in general, this one time a teenager girl came in to print out her first resume. Since my older brother has worked with this kind of topics before, I already knew that CVs at a young age with more than one page are never a good idea. However, this girl had a 2-page resume, and the second page was only occupying a line of text which read, "Social media influencer." Are you sure you want this page printed? 2-page resumes are not a very good idea, you know. Nah, it's best if you delete it then. Yeah, I think so too. Trust me. Now, because this was originally a video rent store, we still had a bunch of DVDs out to sell for super cheap prices. This one time, a man came to the shop wanting to take 3 DVDs. I rang him up, he paid, and then asked when did he have to return them. And I said, well, they're yours now. You just bought them. And he said, oh. And I was like, yeah. And then he left. This final story is one I vividly remember, and it's as funny as it is sad. Well, it was a Sunday and the store was a bit calm. A nice lady came in. She said she was taking care of a lady that lived upstairs from our store and she was asking me to help her with her Facebook. Since we were young, I probably could help her. All because her boyfriend wasn't responding to her texts. Well, problem was the fact that she didn't really have any mobile data nor Wi-Fi turned on. But even when it was turned on, the guy was not responding to anything. So she asked me why is that, and if I could look at her text here real quick. Upon reading, I didn't find any problem other than the fact that the boyfriend was ghosting this poor lady, and her most recent text to him was, "I hope you're not mad at me, please be my friend." My heart was crushed. This poor lady. Girl, let's go out. Let me open your eyes. Tell me all about this It's what I wanted to say, but I couldn't. I just said that it's best if you talk to him personally. This is not really a problem with your phone. She realized it wasn't my business to help her out, and out of kindness, she even gave me, and solely to me, a crisp €5 bill. I accepted it because I was broke as hell back then. But as she was leaving, I told her, "Woman, he saw your texts and didn't respond. You 100% deserve better." And she turned to me and said, "I will find better, sweetie, don't worry." And I sincerely hope she has.